This is part 3 of a tutorial on how to make a model of Mr. Spock. Hide the arms, ready to make the feet. Add mesh cube. Change the shading to wireframe. Change the view to the front view. Zoom back with the mouse wheel. Drag on the tip of the red arrow to move the cube over the feet. Shift and drag on middle mouse button to pan. I'm going to enter values for scale. For X scale 0.246, enter. Y scale 0.49, enter. Z scale 0.241, enter. Zoom in with the mouse wheel. G to grab, just to show that's a good fit. And now we're ready to do the UV mapping. Drag with the middle mouse button to rotate the view. Zoom back with the mouse wheel. Shift middle mouse button to pan. Drag on the white diagonal lines to open up a new window. Change the new window to UV Image Editor. Click this button to access already opened images. Zoom back with the mouse wheel. If we look at the feet template, there is no top because the body covers it, and there's no bottom because the model rests on the feet. The only thing we're interested in is the front of the foot, the side of the foot, and the back of the foot. So I'm going to put a cut in between the feet. Before I mark the seam, in the object menu, apply scale. Now we can go into edit mode and select the edge to mark as a seam. Because there's no top, it really doesn't matter. I'm holding down shift which top edges we select and which bottom edges we select. Mesh edges, mark edges as seams. Press A twice to select all. Mesh, UV unwrap, unwrap. In the View menu, toggle full screen. The mapping is upside down, so press R to rotate 180, enter. Press S to scale 0.371 and enter. G to grab and put that over the foot. Shift, drag middle mouse button to pan and zoom in with the mouse wheel. As I said before, we're only concerned with the front, the side and the back of the foot. Press G to grab and Y for the Y direction to fine tune vertically. Press G to grab followed by X to fine tune the position horizontally. In the View menu, toggle full screen. Drag on the boundary between the two windows to make the 3D view bigger. Rename the cube leg underscore R for right. Set the X location to be minus 0.246 and enter. Pan, hold down shift and drag with the middle mouse button. Set the Z location to be minus 0.9 and enter. Go into object mode and set shading to textured. To duplicate the leg, hold down shift and press D and enter. Delete the minus sign from the X location of the duplicate. Zoom back to rotate the view, drag with the middle mouse button. Now we have a problem with the mapping and we have to remap the duplicate leg. So I'm going to go back into edit mode, zoom back with the mouse wheel. In the UVs menu, go to mirror, mirror Y-axis, and we have to drag the first top 3 sides down. Press G to grab, Y for the Y direction, and drag those down over the front of the foot. Now we can close the UV image editing window and rotate the duplicate R, Z axis 180 and enter. Rename the duplicate leg underscore L for left. Go into object mode. In the object menu, apply rotation. Pan, shift and drag with the middle mouse button, and in the outliner window, reshow all the parts of the body. Click the render button and notice that the render image shortcut key is F12. When we render, the model isn't image mapped. Go back to 3D view. The reason is we haven't set up the material. If you click the material button, the leg has no material. If you select the head, The head was made from the default cube, which has the default material, which I'm going to rename Cubie, and that has a default texture, which I'll rename Cubie. Change the type to image. In the preview, click both to see what's going on. Click this button to list already opened images. Click this button to pack the image file into the blend file. And in mapping, coordinates change to UV. Now if I press F12, the head is image mapped. Go back to 3D view. And to get the other parts of the body image mapped, go to the material button. Click this button to list materials and select the Cubie material. Click this button, select Cubie material. Press F12 and those parts are image mapped. That's the end of the tutorial. I'll put the finished file and a link to the image file at my website www.freemovies.co.uk at the Blender channel there. Thanks for watching and goodbye.